Hey everybody, this is Steve, and I'm weird. Well, yeah, I'm odd for a variety of reasons, but I want to focus on one in particular. I'm a young adult in the church, and unfortunately, that's pretty odd. I've spoken before about how 90% of the people I grew up with have fallen away from the church, and though the precise number may vary, parishes across the country are struggling with the same disengagement, which is another reason it's so cool that half of our audience on YouTube is young adults ages 18 to 35. Hey everyone. Of course, these challenges don't originate when we're adults. They have deep roots that stretch back to childhood and the way we were raised in the church. The work we've been doing at Y2AM, both here with Be the Bee and with all our other projects, has been making a big impact in the lives of youth and young adults in the church today. And I thought it would be cool to hear from some of them. The past few months, I've really been enjoying one of Ancient Faith Radio's newest podcasts, called Orthodox Life Hacks. The hosts, Andja and Maria, are high school seniors, and the podcast has been a really insightful, funny, thoughtful look at what it's like growing up in the church today. So I'm very happy to welcome Andja and Maria to share their thoughts and stories with us. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us, Steve. So Maria and I started Orthodox Life Hacks because we wanted to add our voices to the great work being done by the community of bloggers and podcasters at Ancient Faith Radio.
We wanted to have a more active role in church. We were struggling with certain questions, and we wanted to see if we could help other people with their struggles and doubts.
Even though we can't help people in the same way that trained church workers or even priests can, we realized that there was still something that we could do. So, we did it.
That's such an interesting point, and reveals an aspect of ministry we frequently miss. Growing up in the church, I always felt like a spectator, like a passive audience member who simply watched the work of the church rather than participated in it. That's why we made episode 82, because we need to remember that as Christians, we're all called to join the common work of the church. When it comes to ministry, that means rethinking the approaches we're used to. It means realizing that ministry is not simply something we do for young people. It's something we also do with young people. And it's something that young people can do for themselves in their own way.
Growing up is hard enough as it is, and we all know that staying connected to Christ and the church isn't easy.
Life is full of all kinds of distractions and pressures that take up more and more of our time and make it seem impossible to set aside time for prayer and church services.
It's easy to feel insecure and lack confidence in yourself, a feeling that's even more intense when you stand out because you're the only one doing your cross before lunch.
When ministry is simply something that happens to us rather than being with us and by us, it's even easier to feel disconnected from the church.
Young people are capable of doing amazing things. Consider the incredible research that high school students do every year for the Intel Science and Engineering Fair, or the philanthropic projects that young people spearheaded with the support of groups like Giving Point.
Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook when he was in college. The guys who founded Dropbox were in their 20s, and that's just a few examples.
Granted, we haven't done anything as huge as found a multi-billion-dollar tech company, but when Maria and I had the idea of starting a new podcast for young Orthodox Christians, we were so blessed to get the support of both our parents and Ancient Faith Radio.
From the beginning, we both felt we had something important to contribute to the church.
Because we weren't simply observers watching the church do its thing, we were treated as full members of the church with God-given talents that we could somehow use for His glory.
Things like Be the Bee, The Trench, Pop Culture Coffee Hour, and the great work of Y2AM are cool because they don't just talk to us, they talk to us and with us and invite us to join their conversation that spills over laptops and phones and into the real world.
They're cool because they don't just speak to our heads, they speak to our hearts and invite us to wrestle with the same doubts and fears that Steve and Christian and the rest of the Y2AM team wrestle with every day.
They're so awesome because they don't just tell us that they like our voices and our ideas, but instead they invite us to come here and share our stories on Be the Bee.
Maria and I are graduating from high school this year, so we're on the verge of new challenges and new struggles as we take the next big step in our lives.
As scary as college and adulting may be, we've already kind of started to prepare ourselves for the challenges that are up ahead by taking responsibility for ourselves and for our relationships with Christ and the church.
Because our parents and our parishes and the work of Y2AM have encouraged us to find the talents that God has given us and begin to use them on a daily basis, to make our own contribution to the life of the church.
So whether God's calling you to serve in the altar, or serve in your local soup kitchen, or start your own podcast where you share your love for Christ, don't forget that God is calling you to something.
And for all those adults out there watching, teachers and priests and parents, encourage us to get involved in our own ways. Support us in our crazy projects and give us a voice.
We are so incredibly grateful for the loving guidance of our parishes and families, and we are so eager to hear from other young people that are doing amazing things for Christ, His church, with your love and support.
So let's be the bee and minister to and with each other.
Be the bee.
And live orthodoxy.
Remember to like and subscribe and share. I'll see you all next week. Thanks to our supporters on Patreon who helped make this episode possible. To support the creation of more Orthodox Christian content, please visit patreon.com/Y2AM.